That is Perry from Little Mix. This is The Coast. It is Pop-Up Paddy live at Eden Camp. One of my favourite places to come, actually, this place. And there is so much to do. So why should you come along during half-term? What is going on? Well, you can step back in time this half-term. You can explore the sights, the sounds and the smells of a time gone by. You and your family will journey back in time to explore the sights, sounds and the smells of what life was like, both on the home front and the front line during World War II. You can explore 22 original prisoner of war huts, 22 of them. And when you're in them as well, I mean, you can really get lost in some of the information and some of the displays in there as well. You know, some you will walk through, and then others you'll spend ages there getting absolutely, sucked in by the amazing history. It really is fascinating. A lot of effort has gone into putting these huts together. So there's 22 of them, and as you can hear, dog friendly as well. And we've got a dog barking in this great hall right now. As well as those 22 original huts, there's all sorts of other stuff too to do. They've got traditional war games dotted around Eden Camp all week. There's talks with members of the team inside where I am now, which is called the Heritage Hall. There's also, Abby was excited about this, slime workshops. You heard about this, didn't you, Abby?
There is a free slime workshop making slime soldiers, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, so you're going to get stuck into a bit of that, probably quite literally with it being slime. There's also World War I cooking as well. That is on tomorrow, and Peg Plains craft activity, which is on the 31st of May. So even if you're not here today, there's stuff going on for the rest of half-term week. So you've already been chatting to someone. We're going to hear who you've been speaking to. Who have you been speaking to, Abby?
I've been speaking to the site manager here, Frank.
Right, so we'll hear from Frank in a few minutes. That is them people moving on up. This is Paddy, Pop-Up Paddy at Eden Camp, in a special show in association with Eden Camp, and part of a series of shows all this week. So we're in this fabulous Heritage Hall, and if it is a little showery today, which is what the forecast is telling us, then the great thing about Eden Camp is that you can easily get cover in those 22 huts or this Heritage Hall or other places too. There's some lovely outdoor spots here as well. Now I've got a guest. Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, I'm Nick. I'm the music manager.
Now, you've got quite a lot going on this year, haven't you, Eden Camp? So even if people aren't here during half-term, there's loads happening during the rest of the year.
We're open 7 days a week now. And, this year there are quite a few significant modern history, military anniversaries. Obviously, we cover the whole of the 20th century, 1900 up to the year 2000, and a bit after that as well, in terms of British military history. But this year, we've got, significant anniversaries. So the first one we've got coming up is the D-Day commemorations, 80th anniversary. I'm sure that a lot of people know about that already. But we've got a number of different presentations taking place. We've got a couple of unique things on the site as well. So, for example, something that I think our head of heritage will be talking about later on, we've got a Churchill crocodile here, which is a very unique tank that was designed specifically for D-Day. We've also got a lot of our volunteers coming down to help us as well, so we'll be doing things like demonstrations of equipment, weapons, things like that. Later on then in the year, we've got the Air One Forces coming to us. That's going to be the 20th of July. And we host their North of England reunion. They look for a place that's appropriate where they can get together, remember comrades, and that's for the Parachute Regiment Association. So the Northern Yorkshire branches, they come to us. So that's always a good event for us. And then beginning the summer holidays, I think it's the 3rd and 4th, or the 4th and 5th of August, we're having a commemoration of the 110th anniversary of the start of World War I. Now that is significant because in fact the first British casualties in this country from World War I actually occurred in Scarborough and Whitby and Hartlepool, when the German fleet came across the Channel or came across the North Sea and bombarded. These were undefended towns, and it actually caused a national outcry, and in fact the government used it to this country's advantage because it started a recruitment drive. But in August, obviously, we'll get a lot of visitors coming along, majority of whom will be stopping on the East Coast in Whitby and Scarborough, so it'll be quite nice to get a little bit of information about what actually went on. They will then be able to go back to the towns where they're staying and actually still see evidence of what happened, the bombardment, and sadly those that were killed. So, yeah.
Well, I live in Scarborough, and just literally around the corner from me, you can see the building, and I've seen pictures of it completely destroyed, and you can see how they rebuilt it, and it's different to every other house. And then you've also got the examples of the holes in the buildings on the Crescent as well. It's amazing how it's all still there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the Grand Hotel right on the front there, iconic building, that was damaged. The lighthouse itself in Scarborough, a lot of people think the lighthouse is very old, but it's not. It was so badly damaged, the bombardment, it had to be knocked down, and I think it was public subscription that actually rebuilt it, but it wasn't actually built until, I don't think, the late 1950s, early 60s. The castle obviously was a target as well, even though the castle was already in a ruin, and then the ships then moved up to Whitby, and once again it was the Abbey that was the target, but yeah, civilian casualties again in the town. Literally, they were just lobbing shells in the town, and there was no way that the towns could fight back.
Yeah, and of course people then, there were stories of people, heading out of town in a panic because they thought they might be invaded as well. It's really fascinating, isn't it? And it's actually not that long ago, really, is it?
No, but as I say, even local people don't know the history of that. So this is why we're doing it. In fact, Summer, who you'll be speaking to later, Summer's our archivist. We deem her to be a little bit of an expert on it, on the situation, on the subject. So it's just that local history. But, we just thought it's great that during the summer holidays, we get a lot of families who come to us that not necessarily coming for a history lesson. They're just looking for a good value day out. And as you say, the weather's not great, undercover as well. But for us to be able to give them a little bit of information when they can actually then go back to the towns and actually see this for themselves, we feel we're doing a good job.
Nice to speak to you. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to speaking to more guests very soon. And we're hearing from Abby as well, speaking to Frank very, very shortly on This Is The Coast. That is Daniel Merriweather and Red. It is Pop-Up Paddy live at Eden Camp in the Heritage Hall, which is basically what you'll get to once you've sort of seen everything else. We're right at the back of Eden Camp, and it's a really big site with those 22 huts. Now, we've got Abby with us this week from This Is The Coast. She's not here with me right now. She's somewhere else. Where are you?
I'm just outside the workshop, and I'm joined by Frank. Frank, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, Abby. Yeah, I'm Frank. I'm Head of Site and Restorations at Eden Camp, and today I'm absolutely filthy. We've got our head stuck very firmly in the crocodile. It's a big tank we're restoring at the moment.
Oh, wow. So what does your job entail here?
So my job is basically Head of Site and Restoration, so I look after museum buildings and displays in there as well, the cleanliness of the place, along with my team, and we also restore the vehicles that you've hopefully seen in the Heritage Show.
Amazing. So what have you been up to today, Frank?
So today we are working on the crocodile. The crocodile, funnily enough, is very relevant because today we're talking about D-Day. All this week and next week, D-Day is very soon. And really, the crocodile, some will say probably, I will say possibly, was there. That's the whole point, and that's what we want to talk about. This week, we're doing something a little bit special. We're letting people in the workshop to come and see how we do it, to see the state the blooming thing's in, so that they can really start to understand the undertaking that the museum's got in its hands.
Oh, wow. So how long have you worked here for, Frank?
25 years. I'm what we call a full-timer. I'm nearly at 26. In August I'll have done 26. So yeah, a nice place to work. Very much enjoy it. And of course, no one else has ever got to do a crocodile, and it's a real privilege to do. Today we found a plate on the engine. We've just posted on Facebook about it on the Eden Camp Heritage Restorations Facebook page. But in 1953, on the 21st of May, someone else was doing exactly what we're doing today. Someone else was taking the engine to pieces, a company called MIE. So a really nice reminder that we're not the first, and we probably won't be the last to do this kind of work.
Wow, that's so interesting. And I see it says that there's a talk at 1pm and 2pm. What is that about?
Yeah, so at the camp we try and give you the sights, the sounds and the smells of World War II. So at 1 o'clock we're going to get you one of our vehicles out. You can hear it running, you'll certainly smell it, and you'll certainly hear it. And then at 2 o'clock we take you into the workshop, and that's the talk I was talking about with the crocodile, to let you see how we do it.
Well, great. It's been lovely talking to you. Thank you very much. And I will keep my eyes peeled for the crocodile.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So there we go. We've got crocodiles. We've got all sorts here today. Eden Camp. Thank you, Abby, for that. More from Abby in a bit. We're doing a live show in association with Eden Camp today. It's Pop-Up Paddy.
Daytime.
That is Rod Stewart one more time. Pop-Up Paddy live at Eden Camp today. One of my favourite attractions in this area. We're very lucky to have a place like this, and I'm sure my next guest will agree. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Summer, and I'm the collections manager here at the museum.
So you'll no doubt have a passion for this place and what there is here.
100%. I've been coming here since 2-3 years old. Mum's always brought me every day nearly in the summer holidays, essentially. So I come here in my placement when I was at university doing my undergraduate, and then I never left. So I've been here 6 years this year. I did my masters while studying throughout COVID, obviously still being here at Eden Camp, and yeah, I never left. I absolutely love the place, so I'm part of the furniture now, I'd say.
What is so special about this? I mean, I love it. You don't have to be fascinated with World War II to really get a great experience from visiting here, do you? What do you think is the most special thing about this place?
I feel, in my opinion, that it is essentially the huts themselves. You know, they are a relic, and they're over 80 years old. We're just so lucky to be able to have a site like this, especially the social history side of it. A lot of places tend to focus on the military side, whereas we like to be passionate about the social side, discover local history, especially Scarborough, Hartlepool, Whitby, places like that, across the whole of the coast, and that's what makes us special. It's definitely a one-of-a-kind museum.
Yeah, Nick was telling me that you're a bit of an expert when it comes to, you know, that German bombardment, and I was telling him as well, I live on the South Cliff in Scarborough, and, you know, I've shown my kids the damage that you can still see in Scarborough, you know, on the buildings in the Crescent, and on the road around the corner from me as well, there's a house which has a different design now because they had to rebuild it.
Yeah, I definitely think it is one of the topics that is, I'd say, it's less discussed in comparison to other things, especially Second World War history. But obviously the bombardment, 1914, obviously 110 years this year, it's something that we all need to celebrate, and being passionate about that myself, and doing filming for that as well, you know, it's getting that story out there. But the social side of it, you know, the horrific incident that the civilians went through, the attack on the soil, thinking that it was all okay at home when actually it wasn't, and you know, those 18 victims, they will always be remembered, and that's why I'm here to tell that story.
Yes, and you know what's great about this new Heritage Hall as well, because this wasn't here until the last few years. This is great, isn't it? I've made the mistake of calling them tanks before. I've been told. Yeah, I
could rant about that all day as well.
Well, but if you walk in, you're like, oh, look at these tanks. But what is it that I'm getting wrong if I'm saying that?
Okay, so we do have tanks in here, but the three that we are actually looking at are CVRTs, so that's Combat Vehicle Reconnaissance Tracked Vehicles. So they weren't actually tanks. They weren't given the tank salt role. So yeah.
Yeah. So everyone in their own jobs have little things that wind them up, don't they? That you're like, oh, yeah, little bugbears and all that. And for you, it's people calling them tanks. But they are really interesting vehicles, and they're from all over the place, aren't they?
Oh, we have so many. I mean, I'm straight looking at Big Blue here, the M50 Sherman, a beautiful piece of kit, one of a kind. A photo opportunity in itself, but being able to hear these vehicles start and run and actually be able to see them running is just fascinating. You know, I'm forever grateful to be able to walk in here where we are today. I'm just so lucky to work where I do.
Yeah, that's worth mentioning as well, isn't it? These vehicles do get a bit of a run out, don't they, from time to time?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, every day, especially over half term that we've got this week, we've got vehicles and not even just tanks but other vehicles moving around site. You're able to actually get up and close and personal with these vehicles, be able to see the history and what work's gone into it for restoration. You know, we're a fantastic team. We all work very well together, and you know, seeing these things run is just unbelievable.
And that's nice, that, isn't it? This little lad here must be like 6 or 7 years old, and he's in full military gear, isn't he?
Oh, it's even better when we get school trips and they all come as little evacuees. It is the most adorable thing ever. It's so cute, really cute. I mean, I've got a slime workshop later on today, completely irrelevant, but we're going to make some soldier slime. So we're going to khaki coloured, we're going to have some greens, we're going to have blues, all different things, but it's just a bit of extra for the kids, something to do this half term.
Yeah, well, Abby, who's with us today doing some interviews, I think that's the thing she's most looking forward to getting stuck into, quite literally, very soon. So you can take her with you if you want. When you're doing that, she'll definitely be there. But no, thanks for your time. Just finally, we all remember, like you said, you remember coming to Eden Camp as a kid. We all remember. My kids do as well. We all remember that. In fact, Abby as well. Again, you remember coming to Eden Camp as a kid with school. It's one of those places that you visited with school that you do remember, because you even at that age, you're all fascinated by it.
It's the sights and the sounds and the smells. You know, I always remember the Blitz smell when I was a child, and even walking through the street at Raw in Hut 7, the smell of like the mint humbugs, it just hits you, and it's like, it's nostalgic in a way, and I think that's what makes us a bit different to other museums, but we love it. We absolutely love it.
Yes. Well, we're all waxing lyrical about it, aren't we? So we could talk all day, but I'll let you get back to the actual day job. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's Summer there, who's, as you can hear, very passionate about this place, and it is fantastic. So why not come and see us? We're here till 2 today, and of course you can visit every day during half-term week. That is Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. It's Papa Paddy live at Eden Camp. We've got the smell of an engine right now. They've just turned on the engine of one of these amazing military vehicles and taken it for a spin outside. We've just done a live Facebook video, but also we've added a video of that vehicle heading outside as well. And the great thing is, it's gone outside into the car park area, and they've just invited everyone who's in the vicinity to come up, have a look, have a picture with it, climb on board. It's just brilliant, isn't it? It really is literally literally bringing stuff to life when they turn on those engines. So loud it was as well. And so much history these vehicles have got. Absolutely amazing. We'll hear from Abby soon. She's speaking to some of the children who are enjoying a visit to Eden Camp. So we'll find out where she is in a few minutes. That is Randy Crawford. You might need somebody. Pop up Paddy live at Eden Camp. So do check out the videos on our social media pages, the live walk around video, and also one I shouldn't. In fact, if I'd realised when I stopped the live video that they were going to bring one of these military vehicles straight out, I kept filming. But we've done a separate video of that, and really, really interesting. It'll give you a good insight into what life is like when you visit Eden Camp. Now I'm in the Heritage Hall again, continuing the live show. Abby from This Is the Coast is elsewhere.
Thank you, Paddy. So now I am outside the air raid shelter, and who am I here with?
Leo Mormon.
Now, Leo, have you been to Eden Camp before?
No, this is my first time ever, really.
And have you enjoyed yourself so far? What have you been doing?
Yeah, I've enjoyed myself. I've been looking at all the amazing artefacts and bunkers here. It's really amazing and yeah, really.
And who have you brought with you today?
I've brought my uncle, my dad and my mum.
And I see you've got a little furry friend because Eden Camp is dog friendly. Who is this?
This is my dog Norman. He is a Shih Tzu combined with a Patterdale.
And do you think he's enjoyed himself?
Yeah, he has seen the dog in one of the shelters and he's like...
There he is now.
There he goes.
Wow. Well, it is very busy here today. What else are you excited to do today?
I'm excited because my dad has signed me up, I think, to do this soldier slime, and it's going to be really fun and exciting.
Yeah, I'm heading over there in a bit to the soldier slime, so I might see you again.
Yep.
And where have you travelled from today?
I've travelled from Rotherham.
Rotherham, oh nice. So are you staying in Scarborough or are you just here for the day?
We're staying near York, but yeah.
Lovely. Well, what else have you learnt today whilst you've been here?
I've learnt that the pigeons were at war.
Oh, really?
Pigeons, yeah. The tank. I've learnt that tanks were massive inside, and I've also learned about the Great Escape as well.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much. It's been lovely to talk to you. I'll hopefully see you again in the slime tent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm sure we won't see much of Abby now. She's heading to the slime tent. Does sound lots of fun, that. By the way, what a great name for a dog. Norman, love that. There's lots of dogs here. It is a dog-friendly attraction, as they were saying there, and plenty of pooches are enjoying a visit to Eden Camp today as well. We're doing a special show in association with Eden Camp, and we're live till 2 o'clock. David Bowie, Golden Years. It's Papa Paddy live at Eden Camp. I'm just trying to keep the voice down a little bit because very close to me there is a talk about some of these amazing military vehicles, but also some of the guns as well. So that's what they're talking about at the moment, these experts. They're talking about the guns, the bullets, and everybody's faces. You can just see the interest and fascination. So I'm trying not to disturb too much. Good time maybe to find out where Abby is. I think she's in one of the huts right now.
I'm not sure if you can hear, but I'm now in Hut 14, which is the museum within a museum, which is showing the lead up to the war and the Battle of Britain and Dunkirk, and has a timeline of the World War, and it's really interesting, so please do check it out.
To Pow, China in your hand, more songs like this tonight from 10 on what we call the Chill Out Zone. 3 hours of chilled out tunes to end your day. So that starts at 10 tonight, finishes at 1 in the morning every single night. So we're doing a live show in association with Eden Camp, this fantastic family attraction, which really is for everyone, toddlers up to people who are 100 years old. Everybody finds this kind of place extremely interesting. Let's cross now to Abby, who again is elsewhere, and I think finally she has got her hands on some slime.
So I have ventured into Hut 12, which is the mess hut, and I'm back here with Summer. What have we got in here today?
A lot of slime making, actually. There's slime everywhere, isn't there? Yeah.
And have you been busy in the slime hut?
Oh, we've been so full. We've had to turn people away. They were that excited about doing it. It's got so much colour and sequins. Everything's everywhere, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I can say that the hut is living up to its name. What's your name?
Amelie.
Amelie, and what have you been making today, Amelie?
Slime.
Slime. Oh, wow. And what colour is your slime?
Purple.
Purple with glitter in it. What else have you been up to today, Amelie?
Well, we've looked in some huts and done some mini games.
Oh, really? And what's been your favourite part of today?
Probably going making this slide.
Oh, really? Oh, amazing. And what other plans have you got for the rest of the day?
Just do some more.
And who have you brought with you?
All of my friends.
All of your friends. There is a lot of you, and there is a lot of slime, and I'm about to get stuck in. Well, thank you very much, Emily. It's been lovely chatting to you. And back to you, Paddy.
Thank you very much, Abby. Not sure we'll be seeing Abby again for the rest of the afternoon now she's in there with all that slime. Just some of the fun happening during half-term week here at Eden Camp. That is Wham! Wave you up before you go. Abby's actually come back. I've got you away from the slime. How was it? Was it good fun?
Well, I'm sad to be back. I love the slime. It was really fun, but very sticky.
And lots of people enjoying that. We've got the sound, a roaring sound of one of these military vehicles, which is now reversing back into this heritage hall. It's a great sight, isn't it, seeing these military vehicles alive and moving?
It's very loud, but it's very busy, and lots of different smells as well, but it's a fabulous experience here.
It is indeed. Well, we've had a great time, and you can see some of the videos that we did, one live video and some other stuff as well, including these military vehicles going out for a spin, quite literally. They're on the This Is The Coast Facebook page, and pictures going on our Facebook page as well from some of the places we visited and some of the people we've met at Eden Camp. Thanks to all the staff. They're wonderful here. There's many of them who work here who are just so passionate about the history of this place, and they love nothing more than to share it with you. So there we go. I'll leave you with that roaring sound of one of these incredible military vehicles. Check them out for yourself here at Eden Camp during half term.